Yesterday I was in Weaverville for the Ceramics and Glass Festival. I listened to Dan Molyneux's presentation at the Trinity Theater and went to his exhibit, which is this month at the Highland Art Center. He's a ceramic sculptor and artist, and his work is excellent. Anyway, I've threaded together some parts of his presentation as well as some video and stills from his exhibit at the Art Gallery. Hope you enjoy.
Well, I've never seen Mike blow glass. I've known him for over 25 years, so that was pretty astounding. And as far as the arts go, I don't know anything that comes as close to immediate. It's almost like a 3D painting, blowing glass. It's immediate, in the moment. It's pretty awesome. And compared to me, I take 3 weeks on a piece sometimes, or sometimes I dry for weeks at a time. So it's really something to see something.
Patient.
You have to be, yeah.
That's all I gotta do.
Yes.
I need to know.
So if you need to leave in the next couple minutes, the next 2 slides are for you. These are the tools of my trade. If there's any ceramists in the room, these are my clay bodies. A couple of them are on the same page, right? We have this language, words have definitions, there's context. You understand, when you get into the other senses like art, like music or visual arts, where we use these different kinds of languages, if we all went into another room and listened to a piece of music, every single one of us would come out with a different interpretation of what we just listened to. And I feel like the visual arts are very much in line with that. Contemporary art theory and historians will tell you what art means, but it's really a personal journey, a personal interpretation. So when I give a workshop, I talk about the lens with a capital L a lot. And if we pan away from the natural world, or if we go into the microscopic aspects of the natural world, when we're just looking at the natural world around us, we recognize it immediately. There's a direct relationship with, I'm trying to, maybe experience the work instead of trying to understand or thinking I can't understand this. Trust me, all this stuff comes from from nature. So that's a little clue into where I'm going in this talk. Oops, I wasn't supposed to put that in there. Sorry. Here we are. How many of us are back to the landers, right? Parents came from or via a big city, urban area. They move into a rural region, and they change that region for generations. That's me my mother's pregnant with me. The cat's pregnant, the rabbit's pregnant, Sal's pregnant. That's my older brother. So sometimes I put this in my talk. I'm trying to explain Weaverville to people. I've never been in this situation. Right? Architecture is important. This is Hagia Sophia. It's the largest dome in the world at the time, 537 that was built. And they built it the first time with a steeper dome and no windows. And it lasted about 20 years. Came crashing down. The second time, put the windows in, you have that really strong architectural detail and less material. And then that dome is still standing today. Architecture is important. I did my BFA a little bit different than some people do it. I went to a international, pretty much a hippie school. Let's just put it out there, plain comparison. It was a Quaker school, and we had experiential education, which just meant you had to actually be doing what you were studying. So if you were studying, I studied comparative religion, for example, so I had to actually be in the temples and working with professors in those countries. So when I moved away from these more simple forms, I used an equation from Islamic architecture that I started to break down and abstract into base like this. So this would be the bottom of my next body of work. With the bottom slab would have a abstracted shape like this. And to make that slab even more dynamic, I would set it in a slump mold or a hump mold, just to give it some more character. You can see how the bottoms are shaped. And the idea was that almost like the foundation of a house, when you have this abstracted form that just for some reason worked with my eye, or just it had a sense of balance for me. It would work work in the piece. So like if my foundation was strong, the piece would be strong. And really the idea was, am I building a vase or a teapot or a sculpture?